I'm Catherine Alford. I'm a mom of twins, a wife to my husband of 10 years, and a family finance expert. Every day, I help people become more confident with money. That's why I'm excited to team up with Ally, because we're both committed to helping you get financially ready to buy your next home. Like many of you, I'm currently living in my very first home. I know what it's like to go through the process of saving for a home, finding the right lender, searching through homes online, being outbid on homes we wanted, and of course, understanding the financial lingo that comes with the home buying process. Even for someone like me who nerds out about finance, the home buying process can be overwhelming. And like many of you out there, we nervously handed over a big check during closing to get the keys to our own little piece of the American dream. We won't be in this home forever, but we're not quite ready to buy our next one just yet. You might not be either, but we can all take the steps necessary to get our finances ready for when it's time to purchase our next place. First, you'll need to decide on your budget for your next home, which is important because home ownership is only a solid financial decision if you don't overextend yourself. If you don't know where to start, Ally Home Loans has a great affordability calculator you can use online to determine what you can afford based on your household income and other factors. In addition, it's also important to know what your current house is worth. If you've lived in your house for a few years, the value of it might have changed since you bought it. Homes typically appreciate over time, but it depends on market conditions and how long you've lived there. If you've made any big upgrades to your home, like updating a kitchen or a bathroom, those renovations could improve your home's value. Similarly, if you have to complete big repairs like replacing a leaky roof, factor that in as well. You can ask a licensed realtor or a few of them to give you an estimate of your home's value and ask what they'd list it for if you were to sell it today. Once you know this number, you'll have a better idea of how much equity you have in your home to go towards the purchase of a new one. But remember, buying a new home will require more than just a down payment and a potentially bigger mortgage payment. To determine your total home buying budget, you have to factor in everything. If you need help with this, contact a lender who is committed to transparent pricing like Ally Home Loans. They'll encourage you to consider the cost of property taxes, homeowners insurance, property maintenance, as well as your mortgage payment. You'll also need a down payment, which is typically 20% of the purchase price, although it could be less depending on the type of mortgage you get. You're also responsible for paying for a home inspection. And I know that seems like a long list and it might be overwhelming, but here's one more thing to think about. Consider any upgrades or renovations you might want to make to your next home before you move in. For example, my house had 2 different colors of hardwood floors. So we paid to have all the brown wood floors stained black so it looked more cohesive. I'm glad we did it, but it was another big expense we had to pay after spending so much at closing. Sometimes, after running all these numbers, people decide they're not ready to move to their next home yet. Maybe they decide to stay in their home for a few more years and invest in renovations instead. That's actually the phase I'm in. I'm actively seeking quotes for adding a second bathroom because I am over sharing one with my husband and kids. I know all the moms out there feel me. On the other hand, you might learn you have a lot of equity in your home after talking to realtors and running the numbers on your current home. Maybe you'll realize you could potentially make a big profit if you sell. That might make you want to move forward and find your next place. And if that's the case, the next step is to take a deeper look at your finances. Ready for the next step? See how Ally Home Loans can help.